A nation on edge, the DOJ's tightrope walk. The United States finds itself in a familiar position, the intersection of a high-stakes election and a legal battle involving a former president. This time it's Donald Trump, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The Justice Department, tasked with upholding the law without fear or favor, walks a tightrope. On one side, the pursuit of justice. On the other, the potential to influence the very election that hangs in the balance. The tension is palpable. Trump, never one to shy away from a fight, claims political persecution, his words echoing through his loyal base. His opponents, meanwhile, demand accountability, their calls for justice growing louder with each passing day. In the middle stands the DOJ, its every move scrutinized, its every decision analyzed for any hint of bias. The weight of history bears down. The 2020 election and the events of January 6th loom large, casting a long shadow over the present. The nation, still grappling with the wounds of that turbulent period, yearns for a resolution, for a sense of closure. Yet the path forward remains shrouded in uncertainty. The outcome of this legal battle holding the potential to further divide a nation already deeply polarized. The world is watching, holding its breath. The outcome of this case, many believe, will have implications far beyond the courtroom, shaping not only the future of American democracy, but also the very fabric of its society. The Justice Department, facing perhaps its greatest challenge yet, must navigate this treacherous terrain with the utmost care, for the stakes have never been higher. Central to the DOJ's delicate balancing act is its quiet period policy, an unwritten rule designed to prevent the appearance of election interference. This policy, though not legally binding, serves as a crucial guardrail, protecting the integrity of both the electoral process and the justice system. It dictates a period of restraint, a time when the DOJ refrains from taking actions that could be perceived as influencing the outcome of an election. The quiet period policy, however, is not without its critics. Some argue that it ties the hands of law enforcement, preventing them from pursuing justice in a timely manner. Others contend that it creates a double standard, allowing powerful individuals to escape accountability simply because an election is on the horizon. The debate over the policy highlights the inherent tension between the pursuit of justice and the sanctity of the democratic process. In the case of Donald Trump, the quiet period policy takes on even greater significance. His supporters, convinced of his innocence, view any action taken by the DOJ as politically motivated, an attempt to derail his candidacy. His detractors, on the other hand, argue that the gravity of the allegations against him necessitates swift and decisive action, regardless of the electoral calendar. The DOJ, caught in this crossfire, must weigh these competing interests carefully. Adhering too rigidly to the quiet period policy could be seen as shielding Trump from accountability, further eroding public trust in the justice system. Conversely, any action perceived as politically motivated could ignite further division and unrest, casting doubt on the legitimacy of the election itself. At the heart of this legal maelstrom stands Special Counsel Jack Smith, appointed to investigate the allegations against Trump with impartiality and rigor. Tasked with upholding the law above all else, Smith operates outside the traditional DOJ hierarchy, his independence designed to ensure a fair and unbiased investigation. His recent 165-page summation, outlining the case against Trump, serves as a stark reminder of the gravity of the situation. The summation, meticulously crafted and devoid of political rhetoric, lays out the evidence gathered by Smith's team, painting a picture of a coordinated effort to overturn the 2020 election. It details Trump's actions in the days and weeks following his defeat, his relentless pressure campaign on state officials, his attempts to interfere with the peaceful transfer of power, and his role in the events that culminated in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The document is a testament to the meticulous work of Smith and his team, their commitment to uncovering the truth unwavering. It stands as a stark counterpoint to Trump's claims of a witch hunt, presenting a compelling narrative supported by evidence and legal precedent. The summation, however, is merely the opening salvo in what promises to be a protracted legal battle. Trump, as expected, has denounced the summation as politically motivated, a desperate attempt to derail his 2024 presidential campaign. His legal team is preparing a vigorous defense, promising to challenge the evidence presented, and to expose what they claim are fatal flaws in the prosecution's case. The courtroom once again will become a battleground for the soul of American democracy. Section 4. Trump's refrain, a familiar cry of witch hunt. Throughout his political career, Donald Trump has employed a consistent tactic when facing scrutiny or accusations, deflection and denial. In the face of mounting legal pressure, he has once again resorted to this familiar playbook, dismissing the DOJ's investigation as a politically motivated witch hunt orchestrated by his opponents to silence him and prevent his return to power. This strategy, while predictable, has resonated with his loyal base, who view him as a victim of a deep state conspiracy determined to overturn the will of the people. Trump, a master of manipulating public opinion, has effectively framed the legal battle as a fight for the very soul of America, pitting his supporters against what they perceive as a corrupt and biased establishment. His claims of election interference, though lacking concrete evidence, have further fueled the partisan divide that has gripped the nation. Trump's rhetoric, often inflammatory and divisive, has created an environment where facts are malleable and truth is subjective. This, in turn, has made it increasingly difficult to have a reasoned and nuanced conversation about the allegations against him and the potential implications for the future of American democracy. The DOJ, operating under the cloud of these accusations, faces an uphill battle in convincing the American public of its impartiality. Every decision, every action will be scrutinized for any hint of bias, any indication that the scales of justice are being tipped in favor of one side or the other. The stakes are high, and the margin for error is razor thin. Section 5. Judge Tanya Chutkan's gavel, upholding the law amidst the storm. Presiding over this high-profile case is Judge Tanya Chutkan, a respected jurist known for her fairness and her unwavering commitment to upholding the law. Her appointment to the case has been met with both praise and criticism, with some lauding her experience and impartiality, while others expressing concern over her past rulings in cases involving Trump and his allies. Judge Chutkan, however, has remained unfazed by the intense scrutiny and the political pressure surrounding the case. Her rulings, delivered with clarity and conviction, have demonstrated her commitment to ensuring a fair and impartial trial, guided solely by the law and the evidence presented before her. She has made it abundantly clear that she will not tolerate any attempts to politicize the proceedings or to undermine the integrity of the judicial process. Her recent actions, including setting a trial date and imposing a protective order limiting Trump's ability to publicly discuss sensitive information related to the case, have drawn both praise and ire. Supporters view her decisions as necessary steps to ensure a fair trial and to prevent witness intimidation, while critics accuse her of bias and overreach. Judge Chutkan's role in this case is pivotal. She stands as a bulwark against the forces of division and political pressure, a guardian of the rule of law in the face of an unprecedented assault on American democracy. Her every decision, every ruling will be scrutinized and debated, her legacy forever intertwined with this historic case.